Robert back here. Recently picked up this 228. It's a B48, and I think it's going to look really good once I get tore into it and clean it up. I may have a twin to it in there. Last 228 I picked up, I think it may also be a B48 if I'm not mistaken. So I may have my first twin pair of lanterns. I just recently finished up an ash flash. Didn't get no video on it, but I'll show you a picture of it here. So anyway, let's get started on this. Started by removing the ball nut from the top. Ventilator is in really good condition. It's like a little manufacturer defect there. Just didn't get a good coating on it. And got one little chip right here. Well, I got two little chips. Other than that, I mean, this is, for its age, that is in really good shape. So I'm tickled with it. Not the original globe, but that's no big deal because I do have what would have been the original to put back on it. Next, I'm going to start by removing this dowel here. For some reason, I always want to forget when I go to turn that valve out of there. It kind of gets in the way sometimes. Put that screw back in there for safekeeping. Okay, before I tighten this vise down, let's go ahead and pull this pump out of here. Pump leather's really dry. Seems to be in good condition. Just gonna drop that right down on my needs foot oil and let that soak. Let that soak a while, and then once it soaks up some of that oil, I will later go back and flip that leather backwards and stretch it out a little bit. Let's go ahead and remove this valve stem. Now we can remove the check valve. That one came loose pretty easy. They usually crack a little bit when you do that. Sounds free. We'll go ahead and clean it just to be on the safe side. So you don't want to see no fluid shooting through that back side, so let's not sealing good. There we go, it's looking better. I think we got it. Still a little bit shooting through. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and boil that in vinegar. I'll put that in my parts. Okay, I'm gonna remove the set screw for that air tube. Generally, these have got to come loose pretty easy too. We might have a good easy time with this lantern. Generally, these have got a Phillips head on them. This one has got a flat head. Before I go any further, I need to take the generator off. Like a 7/16 wrench. Turn the cleaning lever to the up position. Needle's in good shape. Man, look at that carbon buildup on there. Definitely going in the vinegar bath. Trying to see if I can grab a hold of that spring. Got a feeling she's going to be seized in there pretty good. Yep, going to have to heat and quench it. Go ahead and remove this tip from the generator. Put it in our cup for safekeeping. Heat this thing, get it red hot. Well, that's good and hot. Just going to quench it in this water. We're going to repeat. We're going to do this multiple times until that spring in there unseizes from inside of this tube. It might take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes they come out pretty easy. Sometimes they'll fight you all the way. I'm going to continue doing this. I'm not going to bore you with this anymore. I'll come back with you when I think I'm going to get that spring heated and quenched. I took a drill bit and stuck down in my vise, a real small drill bit, and I pushed this down on that drill bit and pushed that out of there. See, she's pretty baked. I've been wanting to try a different method of packing, so I'm going to try some brass mesh on this and see what happens. Alright, I'm just going to throw this in my vinegar, let it soak. Now we got that generator out. We can turn out this air tube. Now we can try to turn out that valve. Got a piece of leather with a hole cut in it. And I like to put a generator nut back on top of that, across those threads, just in case something happens it was to slip. Don't want to damage my threads. Okay, I got my homemade tool here, just a deep well impact socket that I had 2 or 3 of the same kind, and I just took a grinder and ground out a notch in it. Alright, now that's out, we'll throw it in the vinegar. With the collar straight out now. No rust on that, so no sense in putting it in the vinegar. I think it's more dirt than anything on that frame, so I don't think I'm going to give it a vinegar bath. I'm just going to clean it up also. I'm going to take this torch and I want to heat that bung. I'm going to try not to heat up that fountain no more than I have to. That's why I like them small butane torches. You can concentrate your heat better in one little area. Just a 9/16 socket. Fuel pickup tube. Should be a 3/8 inch. Alright, that is still hot, so I'm going to try to do this without burning myself. So slide that socket back on there. Grab that with a 3/8 inch wrench. Turn it out. Now the valve can go to the vinegar bath. Stretch that spring just a little bit. And this whole thing can go to the vinegar bath. While that fountain is still in the vise, see if we can get that screw out of that cap. Tighten it all the way down. It came out freely. Yep, it's going to be burned out there. That is rock hard. This is the best way to get these old gaskets out of there, is to burn them. I mean, you'll work yourself to death any other way. I just slid that hot piece off there into the cold water. As you can see, every bit of that gasket except one piece came out. And we should be able to just take the pick and presto. Now the only thing left to do is see if we can get these burner tubes off here. Hopefully we can. Took that same piece of leather, I wrapped it around the end of there. Drop that down in the vise. And I'm going to heat that up. Yeah, I'm burning my leather. It's alright, it's scrap leather. I've got tons of scrap leather laying around for just this occasion. Wrap the leather around my burner tube. Tighten that down a little bit. Didn't tighten them enough to crush it, just to get a grip. Still warm. To the vinegar. Going to repeat the other side. Spring. Run that all the way through. Bottom out. Keep working it back and forth. Make sure ain't nothing in that air tube. Go in every hole. Feed it through on that side until it comes through the other side. I can see it turning around in there. Work it back and forth. Don't want to leave nothing. Don't want to miss nothing in there. Okay, hold it up the light. That's what I like to see. I see the spring coming out the other side over there. That way I make sure there's no obstructions. And never have too much luck taking this screw right here out and try to take the tube off. It'd be easier to clean if I could do that, but I mean, those have usually took so much heat over the years, it's nearly impossible to get them things out, so I don't even try. Okay, that's the complete disassembly of the 228 lantern. Some glass and surface cleaner there. I'll let that set just a minute. I'm not going to leave it on that nickel too long. Just let it set just to soften that dirt on there. Then I'm going to rub it right back off. Okay, we cleaned it up just a little bit. Got a few bad spots in it. There's a couple corroded spots there. Yeah, some right there. I think that might still be some kind of dirt. Dirt of some kind that probably got some corrosion underneath it, but it's going to clean up decent. Okay, I got a little bit of oven cleaner left here, so I'm going to spray it on there and let it soak a few minutes. Like, share, subscribe. God bless.